everybody. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My next guest is the Democratic Congresswoman from Texas who serves as a national co-chair of the Harris-Walz campaign. Please welcome to The Late Show, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. So nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you too.
I've watched your show a lot this year. It's been a big year for Jasmine Crockett. A memorable fight exchange with Marjorie Taylor Greene on the House floor. A speech at the DNC. Got that right here. Very memorable speech right there at the DNC, where you called Trump a vindictive, vile villain. You were parodied on SNL. And now appeared in Vogue. Representative Jasmine Crockett has already won over Dallas. Now she's going national. What has the past year, because this is your first term.
It is.
This is your first term.
It is.
What has this year felt like to you? Is this what you thought your first term in Congress would be?
Absolutely not. And it feels like an outer body experience. You know, when you sign up for public service, you expect that you're gonna go in and hopefully effectuate the policies that you were elected to actually go and, you know, help the people. And then you end up in random fights with random people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And you're thinking, am I back in high school or elementary? Like, you're really wondering, like, what am I doing here?
Well, I want to ask you about that because I've been talking to members of Congress off and on, and sometimes pretty steadily since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And even back then, it didn't seem great, the atmosphere in Congress.
Yeah.
Now, just 20 days out from the election, and closely divided both House and Senate. What's the mood? What's the tone like in Congress?
I think they mad. Listen, I fully anticipate we're going to take the House because everybody's going to show up and vote. Yes. You know, no one wants any more a MAGA mic. This has been the most unproductive Congress on the books. And I think people are just tired of it. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you're like, you know what, basic things like FEMA, we need to make sure that it's funded. And these guys didn't want to do that.
Wow.
So,
well, even members of the Republican Party, Chip Roy, Marjorie Taylor Greene, have both said, like, we don't deserve to be the majority in Congress.
That is absolutely true. And I appreciate, you know, when I could actually agree with them on something.
Yes.
They don't deserve it. And the American people deserve better. So I feel very confident, specifically right here in New York, that we're gonna flip those good seats. We got New York 17 and so many others that we've got to make sure that we flip so that Hakeem Jeffries, another New Yorker, becomes the Speaker of the House.
That'd be very interesting. That'd be very interesting to see what that was like. We have a clip here of you responding to Marjorie Taylor Greene at a House Oversight Committee meeting back in May. Let's take a look.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging personalities, correct?
What now?
Okay, so what on earth inspired bleach blonde, bad built butch body? That is a epic clapback. And did you just have that in your pocket, or was that just a moment of inspired improvisation?
It was inspired by her. So I legitimately looked over. I have to send love out to Jamie Raskin, who is my ranking member, and he's always been clear about us learning the rules. So I never actually broke any rules. I just posed a question, and she knew I was talking about her. And
Congresswoman Greene had said something insulting about your appearance, and then the rules would say,
that's a violation of the rules.
Apologize or leave the room. Right?
Exactly, that's exactly right. So I looked over at her, because we sit on the same row, and from head to toe, I dressed her down. So bleach blonde. And then my granny, who I like love and miss every day, she used to call people bad built. So if you know anything about old black women,
Yep.
they like have no filter at a certain age. And that was my grandma. So that was inspired by my grandma. And then, you know, she's always trying to lift like she's a man. So I did butch body.
Well, if you're like this at your age, what are you going to be like as a grandma?
I don't know.
You even started a fashion trend. Here you are. You've got T-shirts
Yes.
that say right here.
Yes.
Bleach
Yes.
blonde, bad built, butch body.
That's right.
And that is a
That's right.
Crockett clapback. It says at the
Yes.
bottom here, Crockett clapback. And here we go. This is Renee Rapp. She made her own
Yes, she
to
did.
play this year. It's a trend. It's going around.
It is.
Where can people get these T-shirts?
Yes, they can at the clapbackcollection.com. Go get yours.
All right. In addition to being a member of Congress, you're also a co-chair, national co-chair of the Harris Walls campaign. Yeah. You gave this great speech at the convention, as I remember, and now you're going around the country for the next 20 days to get out the vote. What are people going to hear from you? What is your message for the next 20 days?
You know, everyone has a different issue that matters most to them. So if I've only got you for 5 seconds, then what I do is I say, whatever your most important issue is, Google that in Project 2025. If you like what Project 2025 says, then vote for the orange one. If you don't like what it says, then you know that the Harris Walls ticket is for you. In addition to that, you know, for people that feel like, well, I don't really like either one of them, or they're not perfect, or whatever it is that they're searching for, what I tell them is that this election isn't really about the individuals. Now, for, you know, Trump, it kind of is because he's trying to stay out of prison. But, I mean, for the rest of us, right, like we are trying to figure out what type of America we want to be. Do we want to go back or do we want to go forward? And what type of world do we want our kids to live in? Do we want it to be a world in which they can go to school and not have to worry about an active shooter? Is it a world which children, if they're raped, or women, if they end up in a situation, have no options as it relates to their reproductive access and may end up dying? Do we want to live in a world where we don't celebrate our diversity, but instead we act as if there's only one group of people that matter in this country? It's not a world that I want to see. I want to see a world in which we have serious politicians that absolutely want to make sure that economically we're pushing forward and people are able to realize the American dream, because not all of us can be born with $400 million given to us. And so, you know, I think that we have a real opportunity, but it's about whether or not we decide that we're going to seize upon that opportunity. And so I'm just telling people that while it may seem as if we are powerless, the power has always belonged to the people, and it's time for the people to flex their power.
Representative Crockett, thank you so much for being here. Good luck in the next few weeks.
Thank you.
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, everybody. We'll be right back.